Hi, welcome back to another video. You'll have to excuse if there's any noise in the background. Richard is being annoying and making a noise with some step ladders because he's putting some emulsion on the walls. So I apologise if there's any noise from there like that. Right, we're going to go through a few things for stamping because I know there's a couple of ladies what want to know more about stamping because they've had a few difficulties. So let's go through what you need first of all. These are my go-to. This was my original one, stamper, which is why it is in such bad condition. Well, I think it is. My edges are starting to go on it, so but this is a double-ended one, so you've got the clear one there and then you've also got like a marshmallow one there. I don't use that. That one is really tacky, as you can see by how it's clinging to my glove. Yeah, there's loads of dog hairs in there as well, but we won't look at those. Years ago you used to have to prime your stamper, I forgot what it was called then, by buffing over it, but now you don't. Well, I've not come across one so far that you have to, so no, that is, mine is just down to wear and tear because I've used that one for the last 2 years. I've had that. I tend to go for Born Pretty ones. This came in a Born Pretty box, but it did come from AliExpress, so it's fairly cheap. And I have been using this one recently, which is why it looks gammy. They all usually come out of their holders, so you can actually, you don't have to, but you can actually wash them, which should send it back to being fairly tacky, but you have to let it dry naturally. Don't put anything sort of like, don't get anywhere near acetone or anything like that because it will ruin it. And then obviously you've got the smaller ones, so I like these ones what you can see through. I did used to have a metal one, like a metal casing with a clear end, and it was quite difficult to see through, firstly because I'm blind as a bat. So yeah, but these are the same, these pop out, so you can wash them if needed. I'll try not to though. As you can see, these are fairly tacky as well. I tend to use this just for smaller bits that I'm putting on. Right, with that you also are going to need a lint roller, which I use for cleaning. You can get the other one what's got a handle on it. You can clean these off on a piece of tape, you know, a piece of sellotape. I don't know what you guys call it in the US. Is it just sticky tape or something like that? So, oh, these as well, you can actually get some with glitter in the end. I'm not as keen on those, but you can get them like that. So yeah, you're going to need a lint roller to get your stampers clear, and then you're going to need, I've got variety here. So this used to be one like this, a Born Pretty one, and it's basically, because I clean it with acetone, it has yeah, it's disappeared. Actually, I think that one might have been a Beauty Big Bang one because it's slightly more firmer than the Born Pretty one. But I've got those two. I've also got this one, which is really sort of credit card stiff, I would say, but it's always handy to have one of those. I've also got this, which doubles up as a stamper and a scraper because it has actually got a pattern on it. So I have used that as a scraper as well. And then I've got that one, which is fairly thick. I tend to go for both of these. I normally have on the go at once. So that's those two. You're going to need some stamping polishes. I'm going to try and tip them up slightly underneath. So as you can see, I've got quite an array of colours. Let's get that a little bit lighter, that's better. So going from like blacks, blues, whites, purples, yellows, pinks, greens, more pinks, some more greens, and some reds. You can tell mine are dusty, look. Shows the last time I did some stamping, quite a while ago. And these ones in the smaller bottles are Born Pretty. And then I've got some in larger bottles, which are Nicole Diary, which are slightly larger bottles. So, these are very much the same as, you know, like your normal regular polish, what you put on and then leave to dry. So you can actually use these as regular polish. You'd have to put a top coat on though, otherwise they would come off. So that's those. Stamping plates. I've got various ones. So these ones I got off Amazon. They're really cheap, flimsy things, but they work absolutely fine. It's very bright now. Oh my god, I didn't realise it was that bright. You get little square ones. Those are off Amazon as well. I've got quite a few like AliExpress plates, and then I've got some Emily ones. So Emily ones are quite good. They are. Quite large ones. Can't remember where I had them from. I have no idea. But they come in all different shapes and sizes, stamping plates do. Even right down to little tiny ones. Ones that I've never used before. But I would say the majority of my stamping plates are Moyu. I need to get something else because I can't fit all of them in, because that is all of them. You can also get stamping plates like this, which are plastic. They work just as well, they do, as a metal stamping plate. So let's have a little play. Let me move this to the side. Let's have a look at, I've just picked one out randomly. So when you get your stamping plate, you will notice that it will have a blue film on. Please do not try and stamp on top of that, because it will not work. Now this is the one thing that I struggle with, is getting the blue thing off. I always, when I pull the blue cover off, I always leave it on the desk, because if you go like this and pull it, you're risking bending your plate. So I always support there, and then I always support behind my fingers when I pull that off. I've bent a plate before doing that, where I've just left it on the mid-air and done it. Right, so this one is Tumblr Girl Collection. Let me move that over, otherwise I'm going to blind you all. Hopefully that will stay where it is. Yeah, this one is Tumblr Girl Collection, plate number 7. Now, when you clean your plates, you're going to need pure acetone. Please don't clean it with anything else. You might find if you try and clean it with nail polish remover, which some people do, and I used to do it until I was told not to, then yeah, my suggestion would be to get some acetone. And I always give my plates a clean before I use them. I do, and melt my gloves at the same time, which is not good. Right, let's have a colour. I have prepped some tips, so we've got some tips ready with some gel polish on. I haven't done anything with them, I've just literally put gel polish on, cured them, so they have still got a tacky layer. Sometimes I do matte the tip out. Sorry, I'm just moving my lamp again because I've just noticed it's right in the way of that, and it's not going to stay out of the way like that. Yeah, sometimes I do matte them if I'm doing different work and that on them, but generally I will leave them as they are. So let's use that one. We're going to need, just to make sure that is clean, don't if you've not got, I mean you're not supposed to anyway, if you've not got gloves on, don't manhandle the stamper, because oils transfer from your finger onto your stamper, and that does sometimes stop you from picking the images up. So yeah, not good. Right, when we stamp, you can do it two ways. You can either go straight down and up, or you can do a rolling action. I tend to do a roll when I do them. So let me think what we're going to need. Let's get some black, and shall we go for that really cute kitten at the bottom? Okay, I do tend to overkill and completely cover the image up. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I want that one. Give it a scrape. You can give it an extra scrape if you really want to. It's all about trial and error. As you can see, came off absolutely fine. You can use your card to pull off the rest. Actually, let me show you like that, that's better. Okay, and then when you pop onto your nail, you can either go straight down, so I'm going to go straight down with that one, give it a roll side to side, and then take it off again. Okay, make sure, even though there's nothing on there, clean your pad and make sure you clean this off. Always make sure you keep your stamping plates clear. You can also wipe these if you want to. I tend to, I'm a bit lazy. I'm a lazy stamper, I'm afraid. But all of it I would do with acetone, and then obviously your stamper gets cleaned with your lint roller. So we are going to go now. I'm not going to read it out in case YouTube tells me I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I'm going to give that a couple of scrapes, and as you can see, picked up no trouble at all. Let's see if I can show you. And we're going to go straight down again. Let's hopefully I can show you that. And then that comes off nice and easy. Just going to wipe that over quickly because I don't want to leave it like that, and then I can put that one over there, and then this one is going to get top coated. When you top coat, go nice and gentle over it, don't scrape. And then pop it into the lamp. Do that up. Okay, let's make sure that's clean, ready. That blob on there, by the way, is, I'm going to try and get it off because it's bugging me. It's that's it, foil that I used the other night, gold leaf, not foil. Okay, Right, shall we pick something else different? We want something like, let's go for something full cover. Let's have a looky. Okay, just pulled this one out because it's a full cover plate. So obviously you can pick and choose whatever parts you want on this. This is a Born Pretty plate, so it's floral BPXL004, and I think we're going to go on this tip. So I've just pulled Nicole Diary, I don't know what number that is, number 4, which is a silver. Just going to take any random part, so we're going to go across there, say. And roll. So as you can see, it comes out like so. And the good thing about these is because it's full cover, so you'll either want to press quite hard or you'll want to roll from side to side, you will cover the complete part of your, brighten it up a little bit, complete part of your nail, which is what you need. So let's get some top coat on that one. They do dry quite quickly. Yeah, what do you call them? I don't know what I'm on about half the time, you know. Stamping polishes. Yeah, they do actually dry quite quickly, so my advice would be don't dilly-dally in between you know, in between your stamping and putting it onto the nail. Right, what we're going to do next, we're going to just clean that off again. Some silver stuck to that, just come off now. What else can you do? Oh, reverse stamping, we can do a little bit of that. So this one is another Beauty Big Bang plate, so this is XL068. What I tend to do with reverse stamping is that's what acetone does to your gloves, completely wrecks them. I will use other stampers, and what I'm going to do, oh that's awful that is grab my other one in. We're going to use black on this little butterfly. Use a little stamper, roll it over to pick it up. Let's get rid of the bits we don't want. Okay, we're going to leave that just to, I know what I mean. See what I mean? We're going to leave that just to dry for a second while I clean this off and try not to melt my gloves even more than they have already. So what we could do with this, let's get rid of the black. I've got a green. Let's get a nice green, a dark green. Might not look very nice on the blue background, but it will have to do. Right, so that one is still drying at the moment. We're just going to leave that there for a second. I am going to use some green on here. I'm going to pick that up, get rid of anything we don't want. I'm not going to use the whole of the image anyway, so once I've just picked off bits and that what I don't want, I'm just going to literally put part of the image on. So as you can see, the rest of my image is still on there. Just give that a quick clean. I'll clean that in a second. I want a little brush. Where are the little brushes? Whenever you want something, you can never find it. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to choose a colour. So I think I'm going to go with a purple. I'm putting some real wacky colours on here. Just going to use the edge of my card. And then we're going to colour that in. Now this is still stamping polish that I'm using, so it should dry fairly quickly. I would say if you've got issues with your stamper and that picking stuff up, I would run through all the steps that I did to start with, you know, by cleaning off your stamper. The other things you can check is make sure where you're stamping is a level surface. So make sure it's not like a table what's got, you know, bits of stuff stuck to it and you're stamping across the top of it, because as you're scraping that card across, there might be something underneath on the table what's preventing you from picking that image up. Now with these you can turn them around and check that you've gone in the right place. I think I should have done this in white. I think it's just a bit too dark in purple, but hey ho, you'll get the gist. So as you can see straight away, I'm going to leave that to dry for a second or two. Put that back over there. You can see straight away how that's dried. That's how quick it dries off. Put that over there because we're going to do that in a second. The other thing we can do, if I just show you quickly, I'm not going to do it because I'll do it in a separate video because this has been quite long now. If we did like an image like that, we could ombre it. So you would take like 2 or 3 colours. You'd do like say a red and a white, and then what you would do is you would scrape once and then take your scraper slightly further down and scrape again, and then take it further up and scrape it, so it's making those 2 colours merge together, and then pick it up and stamp it on. But we will cover that in another video. Oh, you can also do stuff like say if you stamped on one of these, say in black, then you took say a green, restamp the image again, stamp it on top of what you've already stamped, but do it slightly to the side. Just gives it a different effect, almost like it's moving sort of thing. Right, I'm hoping this is dry enough now. So because we've got like a tacky layer on here, this should go on really easily. bring it off nice and slow just to make sure it has gone on there, which it has, and then give it a top coat. I've got so much fluff hanging around. Okay, add a little clear up. So yeah, that's just 3 little things that you can do with stamping. And yeah, if you've got loads of colours and you're not confident at doing any freehand work on nails, then reverse stamping is a great way to put an image down what looks absolutely fine. Hopefully you can see that quite clearly. So you'll always have that outer line, and you can go right up over that, right to the edge, because you won't see your colouring in as it is, because it's on the other side. I will do another stamping video, but I will do that for next week, and I will cover things like putting pigments on for stamping, and I will also show you how to use this stuff, which is, it's not cheap, but it's definitely worth getting some. So this is from Moira, I think it's Moira UK, and it's white what I've got. You can get it in black as well. So this is foil polish for stamping. Basically it's like a little glue. You have to give it a really good shake before you use it, and you stamp it on as normal as if you're doing a stamping polish. So you put it on your plate, scrape it, put it onto the nail. You leave it sort of like 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and then you can put foil on it. Now this, I actually used purple gold leaf on this one. That's better. Yeah, for something different. And the foil that you have to use with this, you can't just use it with any foil. It's got to be, it's almost got to be like the really thin, cheap stuff. It's what's easy to come off. So, but we will run through using that, and we'll run through using pigments, and we'll also do an ombre as well, so I can show you that next week. We can, no problem. So I hope that's helpful for you anyway, guys. But yeah, if you're having trouble picking stuff up, I would first of all run through exactly what I've done. If it's still not picking up, I would I don't know, maybe look at changing your stamper. It might be something wrong with your stamper maybe, because I must admit, touch wood, I've never had an issue with picking up an image, and that's the only thing I can think of. If your image is not picking up, I'm remembering to take the blue wrapper off. I know somebody who's done that before. Left the blue wrapper on it and then gone to stamp, and then like, oh no, didn't work. Right, I'm going to leave you in peace, guys. I hope you found that helpful, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, if you persevered through to the end, and if you could give my video a thumbs up, that would be super duper. If you've not already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. If you want to sub for sub, just leave me a comment down below and I will pop onto yours. Okay, bye.